Nice day. Today is Wednesday, 18th of January 2023. January 18th also marks the National Winnie the Pooh Day and National Thesaurus Day. This day is famous for Indian history, is celebrated as the birth anniversary of the following personalities, including Mahadev Govind Rande, 18 January 1842, 16 January 1901, an Indian nationalist, social reformer, scholar and jurist. He is called Socrates of Maharashtra. Rande actively participated in the work of social reform. So, starting the newspaper analysis with the newspaper The Hindu, states that backing Sri Lanka, India sends financing assurance to IMF. The Hindu newspaper also states that India plans buffers in a proposed Arunachal hydropower project to counter China threat. The Hindu newspaper also states that a government's repeated bail challenges waste time in constitutional court, Supreme Court says. Going towards the Indian Express newspaper, states that citing Express report on coal mine and GT sets deadline for remedy cost. On February 4 to 4, 2022, the Indian Express had reported on 6 mega projects where between 2004 and 2020. Stringent clearance conditions to compensate for the high environmental impact were sidestepped, ignored, or met only on paper. Last February, the NGT had taken suo motu cognizance of the same report to open another 2 cases regarding the Dibang and Lower Subansiri hydel projects in Arunachal. Indian Express also states that Afghan students of IIT Bombay await clarity on admission. Following the crisis in their home country in August last year, the institute had opened the campus for students from Afghanistan, even as it remained closed for other students due to pandemic restrictions. The IIT Bombay administration says it has been reviewing the admissions with the compassionate view. Going towards the Hindustan Times newspaper, states that right to die with dignity, Supreme Court pushes to untangle process. The present guideline is the cumbersome and they need to simplify it, but we have to have sufficient safeguards so that they are not misused. Hindustan Times also states that Prime Minister Mr. Modi's connect with Muslims advice to BJP workers 400 days before 2024 polls. Prime Minister Narendra Modi waves to support during a road show from Patal Chowk to Parliament Street ahead of the BJP National Executive meeting in New Delhi. Going towards the economy of the country, reverting to old pension scheme poses big financial risk. Reserve Bank of India warns states. Premature to think India will replace China in influencing global economic growth, says Raghuram Ranjan, a former Reserve Bank of India's governor. Raghuram Ranjan. Real money gaming firms suggest graded KYC approve of center's draft amendment to regulate online gaming. Government cuts windfall tax on crude oil exports of diesel ATF. The levy on crude oil produced by companies such as Oil and Natural Gas Corporation (ONGC) has been cut to rupees 1,900 per ton from 2,100 per ton. The order dated January 16. Going towards the world news, including a deep 6.1 earthquake shakes East Indonesia, no known damage. BBC apologizes for pornographic noises heard during FA Cup coverage, putting every ounce of its energy to eliminate visa wait times in India, says official. Greta Thunberg arrested at German mine protest will be freed later, police. Sri Lanka has successfully completed debt restructuring talks with India President Ranil Wickremesinghe. Going towards the science and technology, astronomers detect a radio signal originating from the atomic hydrogen in extremely distant galaxy. Astronomers from McGill University in Canada and the Indian Institute of Science in Bangalore have used data from the Giant Microwave Radio Telescope (GMRT) in Pune to detect a radio signal originating from atomic hydrogen in an extremely distant galaxy. Here is a complete image representation. Scientists use laser to guide lightning bolt for the first time. This handout image released by TRUMPF on January 16, 2023 shows a lightning rod in action at Saint Mountain in Switzerland. Canadian and Indian Institute of Science astronomers detect a radio signal in distant galaxy using a Giant Microwave Radio Telescope. As a complete picture image of detection of radio signal originating from atomic hydrogen in extremely distant galaxy. At last, there's a famous quotation by Wollstonecraft. Today, Wollstonecraft is regarded as one of the founding feminist philosophers, and feminists often cite both her life and her works as important influences. During her brief career, she wrote a novel, treatises, a travel narrative, a history of the French Revolution, a conductive book, and a children's book. Wollstonecraft, here is the image of her. She states that I do not wish women to have power over men, but over themselves. Her full name is Mary Wollstonecraft. She was an actually English activist and writer. Okay, thank you.